So Yoga Vedanta brought forward two terms, Brahman and Atman. This is the contribution of Yoga Vedanta. 1 minute. Brahman means universal consciousness. Atman means individual consciousness. That is the contribution of Yoga Vedanta, these two terms. We are going to understand what these two terms are. And Patanjali Yoga brought forward two terms. Patanjali doesn't brought forward these two terms. Patanjali borrow these two words from Samkhya philosophy. Sankhya philosophy brought forward these two terms, Prakriti and Purusha. Patanjali borrow these two words, Prakriti and Purusha. Prakriti means manifested universe, Purusha means consciousness. I'm going to discuss these terms in detail. So according to Yoga Vedanta, union of Brahman and Atman is called enlightenment. Union of Brahman and Atman. Union of the individual consciousness with the supreme consciousness, that is called enlightenment, that is called liberation. And separation of the Brahman with Atman is bondage, separation. So always I am living in body consciousness, mind consciousness. I am not giving any importance to consciousness. I am not giving any importance to God. So I am separated from God. So I am in bondage. I suffer. I am in agony. I am in misery. If I am in a communion with God, I am totally free from all fears, agonies, and sorrows. So communion of Brahman with Atman is liberation, and separation is bondage. Understood? So yoga is teaching how I can be in a communion with Brahman, how the individual consciousness can be in a communion with the supreme consciousness. Then you are totally free from all agonies, miseries, sorrows, violence. If I am separated from God, if I am following my things and ignoring consciousness, then I am in problems. I cannot tolerate the things. There is no support. I am in miseries, violence. So Yoga Vedanta is teaching you how you can be in a communion with the Brahman. Union of Brahman with Atman is liberation, and separation of Brahman with Atman is bondage. Got it? Clear? If any doubt, you can ask. And Patanjali Yoga brought forward two terms, Prakriti and Purusha. Prakriti means manifested universe. For example, this body is Prakriti because this is created one. Mind is Prakriti. My intellect is Prakriti. Whatever you are experiencing through the five sense organs, that is Prakriti. Got it? So this is what is Prakriti. Created universe, manifested universe, that is Prakriti. Purusha means consciousness, unmanifested, pure consciousness. Purusha means pure consciousness. Patanjali Yoga, it is totally different from Yoga Vedanta. Separation is called liberation. Here, separation is liberation. If Purusha is in a communion with the Prakriti, it is bondage. You have to separate your Purusha from the Prakriti. So you have to focus. Now this what I am going to tell may confuse you. So please concentrate and focus. This is a bit difficult to understand. So separation of the Prakriti from the Purusha is enlightenment and liberation. I am going to explain. As long as I am influenced by the Prakriti, I am in bondage. So I have to separate my consciousness from the Prakriti. I should not believe in my body consciousness. I should not live in my body consciousness. I have to separate my consciousness from this body. I have to separate my mind from the consciousness. So I have to separate it. Once I separate myself from the body, from the mind, from the intellect, I can experience consciousness. As long as I am living in the body consciousness, I cannot experience this Purusha. As long as I am living in my Prakriti, this mind consciousness, emotions, I cannot experience Purusha consciousness. So what I have to do is, I have to separate, this Purusha has to separate Prakriti. Purusha has to be free from the clutches of the Prakriti. So for simple example, when I do meditation, I have to totally separate my mind. I have to totally separate my body. If I am always remembering my body, if I am always remembering my emotions, how I can experience consciousness? I cannot experience consciousness. For experiencing consciousness, I have to ignore my body. I have to forget my body. I have to forget my emotions. I have to forget my mind. Then only I can experience consciousness. So Patanjali Yoga is teaching how we can separate Prakriti from Purusha. This is what we are going to study through meditation, through pranayama. You are trying to separate your mind, you are trying to separate your body from consciousness and be in consciousness. Got it? Almost clear, right? Clear. So in Adi Shankaracharya's, Adi Shankaracharya wrote a beautiful book called Viveka Chudamani. So in that book, his very famous saying is there, Na liyade kumbha ivambaram swayam. Na liyade kumbha ivambaram swayam. It means when the pot breaks, the space in the pot there, nothing happens, the space inside the pot just breaks. Exactly like that, when our human body perish, when we die, that which is within this body still remain there. It will not perish. It will be there. It will be there. So I told you in the last class, there is only one consciousness. My consciousness and your consciousness one and the same, not different at all. It is the mind who say, I am different from you. I am different from God. That is wrong knowledge. That is wrong knowledge. So Vedanta philosophy metaphorically explain, if you take 10 bowls of water under the hot sun, under the sun, you can see 10 suns in 10 bowls of water. You can see 10 suns in 10 bowls of water. Actually, there is only one sun, right? Exactly like that. We all are one and the same. My body, my mind, my intellect is just different from you, but myself and yourself one and the same. We all are one. Myself and yourself one and the same. So that is Vedanta says, non-dualistic philosophy, Advaita philosophy. There is no duality. There is only oneness. I and you one and the same. That is why Christ has said in the Bible, Father. Christ always called consciousness as Father, God as Father. So Christ told, Father, you are in me and I am in you. And he said, Father and me one and the same, not different. So we all are one and the same. We all are not different. So we have to realize God in all in God, all as God. So that is non-dualistic philosophy. We are one. We are one. We are not different. So in this life, what we have to understand is, as long as there is duality, there is bondage. So we have to move from solar to lunar oneness. We have to be in that oneness. I am not different from you. The self behind you and the self behind me, one and the same. That is what Yoga Vedanta and Patanjali Yoga says. Communion, oneness, oneness. So pure non-dualistic philosophy. Yoga is also a non-dualistic philosophy. Once you enter into the super conscious state, samadhi state, there is no individual consciousness at all. You merged into the supreme consciousness, supreme consciousness. You are one with the God. Now you are no longer separated from the God. That is why all the religious scriptures says, Aham Brahmasmi, I am consciousness. Tattvamasi, you are that, you are consciousness. I am Atma Brahma, my Atma, myself is nothing but Brahma, consciousness. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma, everything is consciousness. So you are consciousness. Always be aware, always be aware. I am consciousness. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. I am pure consciousness. This is realization. This is the aim of yoga. Okay. So time is up. Shall we conclude the session? Any questions? Any doubts? No question. Just sit straight, close your eyes. Just 1 minute. Just be in silence few minutes. Let us connect each other. And slowly open your eyes. So thank you all. Thank you. And see you in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So,
Thank you, sir.
thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Sir, can you share this recording in the group?
Yeah, I can share. I record 10 to this time. 10
Yeah,
of, yeah, half an hour I can share, sure.
It's okay, sir.
fine.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.